Welcome back for a new edition of Pickups. This is the month of December. Hard to believe that the year is almost over. With that said, this is a special Wii U edition, looking at some better overall quality games this time around. So we have 8. First up, we have Need for Speed Most Wanted U, which also shows they include special extra bonus exclusively to the Wii U version. Of course, up to 4 player, obviously. This is considered one of the better, more recent era Need for Speed games, at least from people I've talked to, anyways. Next up, we have Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark, which does look like it tries to be definitely a bit more action-based oriented game, more like War for Cybertron, which I think is a positive. So if you like more action-based games, as you see, there are 25 playable characters in the game, but definitely looks interesting. I personally have not played it yet. Am actually curious to check it out. Have heard it's one of the better last few Transformer games. Next we have Terraria. Hopefully I'm saying that right. A great modern 2D indie game that has elements of like Minecraft but in a 2D realm with side scrolling. But yeah, you can build and create stuff just like Minecraft. But definitely has a lot more emphasis on obviously combat and things besides, of course, it being a crafting game. But if you want an interesting challenge but also a unique experience, I do recommend this game as you can get it for a very reasonable price even still. It's arguably one of, I think, probably the best indie games, at least in my opinion, anyways. It has its own very unique charm about it. One could say the same about the next. Shovel Knight. Arguably, by many people, be one of the best roguelike games there are in the Metroidvania style. Shovel Knight would help end up creating and spawning many other future 2D side scrolling indie games, of course, with a high emphasis on difficulty, as is, though 8-bit rather than a traditional 16-bit like most nowadays. It is nice, it allows you multiple different ways to play controller wise, but if you're a big fan of like classic NES, Sega Master System games and stuff like that, this is definitely a game in general, though I recommend pretty much to anyone to give a shot. The game is reasonably priced, and you get quite a bit of solid content in it, and a good challenge as well. Next, we have one of the more interesting games, and this was arguably one of the last Bond games actually released by Activision, 007 Legends. As you see, obviously, plus stuff in it bonus from Skyfall levels. This definitely received a very mixed reception for most people. Personally, I don't have not known anybody who actually owns this game, so it's going to be interesting to try this game for myself, so I can give my own opinion as someone who has played multiple James Bond games throughout the years. I'm curious to see how the actual gameplay is, if it's solid or not. Next up, 2 more after this. Of course, this is a modern classic, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which remains in my top 5, if not top 3, favorite AC games of all time. I consider this like S tier, in my opinion, anyways, on AC games. Black Flag, if you love naval battles and you love pirates, then I would highly recommend this besides if you're an AC fan, as the actual like ship battles and stuff is where this game really shines. AC3 would start it really, though it was a blast, but this would take it even farther. Plus, with the whole pirate aspect, makes it a blast to play. Second to last, arguably very well beloved by many people, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Nothing really different other than you get like special costumes slash weapons, plus you do get some nice few little features here and there using the touch gamepad, which is good. I just wish they could have done more with touch controls and stuff. But if you have a Wii U or you've thought about getting one, you're a Batman fan, this is definitely some to jump on and get a hold of. A must-have, and the fact it is very reasonably priced. Last but not least, the first of the Amazing Spider-Man games. And I will say also this is good as it's the Ultimate Edition, includes a lot of extra DLC content. And you get a lot of classic villains like added besides things from the Amazing Spider-Man movie, which of course remains my favorite Spider-Man film of all time. However, I have played the original Amazing Spider-Man before, and seriously, I think it's a pretty solid, great Spider-Man game. I would probably put in my top 5 Spider-Man games of all time. But with that said, I'll see you all next time. Stay safe. I'll see you again. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel, and have a safe holiday season.